So, but all these issues, like if we say that why did Manzoor make one statement, like there is another thing. We must be conscious of this. People's Party doesn't matter how much it follows the right-wing policies. It doesn't matter how much it toe the line of the establishment. Establishment and the army in the Pakistan have never accepted the PPP. They have never tolerated the PPP government. They have killed 4 Bhuttos, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, his 2 sons. They have killed him. They have killed them. One was killed in France. Another was killed on the road, like the Bhutto. He was stopped on the road, and then he was shot. And then Benazir Bhutto is being killed. And since this PPP government is in power, there have been a continuous propaganda and a continuous fight in the media against the government, against the PPP government. Like the media, in just give you one example, media in the Pakistan, they in the last 2 years, they always complained that PPP agreed to introduce the 18th Amendment in the Constitution. But they are not doing that, they are not doing that, they are not doing that, they are not doing that. Always criticize them, always criticize them, always criticize them. And when they finally passed it, they did not say a single word in their praise. Oh, they have passed it, congratulations. No. When they passed it, they took some clauses from the amendment and started criticizing them again. And now the establishment is using judiciary. Like judiciary in Pakistan, they are only focusing Zardari. They have, like, it's no doubt that leadership of the PPP and the Zardari, there have been serious corruption charges on them. Obviously, it have never been proven, but it's obvious that leadership of any third world countries have been involved in the serious corruption. But they are only targeting People's Party. They are only targeting Zardari. And when they target these people, when they target the leadership of the PPP, it does not, some people think that, oh, they are targeting them because they are corrupt. No, they are not targeting them because they are corrupt. There are many corrupt people in Pakistan. Nawaz Sharif is corrupt. The political party of the Musharraf, whom president he was at one time and who supported him when he was in power, they are corrupt. Everyone is corrupt. All the traditional politicians in Pakistan are corrupt, massively corrupt. But no one speaks about them. No judiciary speaks about them. No media speaks about them. They only speak about one person, Zardari, and some people in the leadership of the PPP. And they do not do this because they are corrupt. They do this because they are scared of the workers and peasants organized in the People's Party. By throwing them out, they think that we have thrown workers and the peasants out. Like in the last 12 years, since 1996, not a single thing have been passed in favor of the workers. There have been extremely reactionary laws have been introduced in the Pakistani politics, like removal from services ordinance. Like you can be removed anytime without giving any notice, and you do not even have the right to appeal. And ban on the trade unions, ban on the students' union, all sorts of things, privatization, no rights, nothing. But People's Party repealed all those laws. It has repealed all those laws. And that is what they are scared of. Because even doesn't matter how much right-wing the people's leadership of the PPP is, because of the pressure of the working class. And because of the some left-wingers in the PPP have to give some sort of concessions to the workers and the peasants. And that's what they are scared. That is why they criticize the leadership of the PPP. And we have to worry, concern. We have to be very conscious where we are speaking, who is criticizing the Zardari. Like Manzoor said very beautifully in his sum up in the national conference in this year in Pakistan. He said that if the right wing attacks the PPP, we will defend the PPP. If the establishment or the fundamentalists attack the PPP, we will defend the PPP. But when the PPP goes into conflict with the workers, we will stand with the workers. And in one of the speeches, in one of the public speeches we are going to upload, he said in front of the labor minister that I want to make it aware to everybody that we should give more and more to workers. Like he was talking about the workers in the newspapers, and he was talking about the journalists and the reporters. They have a long-term issue which could not have been resolved because the owners didn't want it. And he said that we have always done this, and when again the workers go into the demonstrations and the strikes, I will not stand with the government, I will stand with the workers. So these are the things which you must be aware of while working inside the PPP, where the attack is coming from. If someone is attacking someone from the fundamentalist, attacks the PPP, you got to answer it tactfully. You cannot just play in the hands of the establishment. Or if you read the articles of the Lal Khan, and if you read the article of any fundamentalist, any right wing, you would not find an iota of difference between those while they criticize the PPP. They come from the same point. They do not understand. And I don't know what happened to him, but he was very able to understand why do these people criticize PPP? Why do they murder them? Like Benazir have always been supportive to America. She has always followed the American line. She has always followed the line of the establishment in Pakistan. Even then, they could not have accepted her. Even then. Why? Because whenever the PPP comes into the power, there is a pressure inside the PPP of the workers and peasants, and to appease them, it has to give them some concessions. It has to introduce some democratic things inside the country which the establishment and the army and the right wing does not accept, does not allow.